Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our webinar. We appreciate your time in attending and hope you find this session to be informative. As a couple of housekeeping points, there is a Q&A section on the upper right-hand corner of the webinar where you can send us any questions. And in addition, there's a handout tab which has the product information we will be covering that you can download as well. I'm joined today by my coworker, Nate Schnelker, and I'm MJ Seltzer. Just to give you a little background on myself, I've been an LED light product guy for about 10 years now. So I've seen a lot of changes in the LED world since it's come into its own. Nate and I split responsibilities across the United States, with Nate handling the northern part of the US and Canada, and myself handling the southern part of the US. So we wanted to go through who is Horner. Horner APG is the parent company of three subsidiary groups. The subsidiary groups of Horner APG are the Horner Automation Group, our Horner Solutions Group, and of course the Horner Lighting Group. Horner has been providing innovation and quality in manufacturing products since 1949 and has a legacy of lasting history. Our company was started by George and Mary Horner as a small engine repair shop and has grown from there. Horner APG is currently run by Phil Horner, who is one of George and Mary's sons. In the 1980s, Phil began making industrial controllers and rapidly grew the business, becoming a General Electric supplier in a relationship that has lasted over 30 years. With the industrial automation side and controls manufacturing capability firmly entrenched, they realized that LED was going to be one of the next big things, and so they began looking at making potential LED lighting products a little over 12 years ago. This officially led to the formation of the Horner Lighting Group a couple years later, and we are now officially in our 10th year. Our company has grown to have global presence with operations in many countries and continents, including Canada, Europe, India, Thailand, and Australia, all while maintaining their global presence in Indianapolis, Indiana. So it's official. We are celebrating 10 years of the Horner Lighting Group since we officially incorporated. Horner provides unmatched innovation and quality in all our products. Everything we do is designed, engineered, and tested here in the USA. All of our LED lighting products come with a 5-year warranty. Most of the products are actually manufactured or assembled here in the United States, and many have one or more of the designations shown here, including UL, DLC, and our ETL listed. We are a Lighting Facts LED product partner. In addition, we are an ISO 9001 certified company. And with that, we'll start our discussion of the hazardous location lighting, often referred to or called Haz Loc lighting. Horner Lighting Group offers 4 different hazardous location fixtures in different packages, and all of our fixtures are rated for different class and division applications, all of which Nate will now discuss with you. So I turn it over to Nate for our next segment.
Hey everybody, my name's Nate. I've been with Horner for about 1.5 years now. Prior to Horner, I worked for a lighting agency for about 5 years. I'm going to go through each one of our hazardous fixtures and kind of talk about some of their features. These are all class-rated fixtures with the intent to withstand corrosion, dust, moisture, vibration, and extreme hazardous conditions. Some typical environments would include wastewater treatment plants, grain mills, oil and gas refineries, and areas where chemicals are present. This fixture here, this is our Hazardous Low Bay. It has a class rating of 1, 2, and 3, and divisions of 1 and 2 depending on the class. Now, after I go through some of these fixtures, we'll take a look at the class ratings and go over what they mean. This fixture has an output of up to 9,750 lumens. It has a die-cast aluminum housing, tempered glass lens. It is IP66 and marine rated, and it is saltwater tested. And all of our hazardous fixtures are available in 120 to 277 voltage or 347 to 480. For mounting, this fixture comes standard with a universal mounting bracket. It's a U-bracket that can be mounted to any type of surface. It also comes standard to use with a pendant and has a 3/4 inch knockout on top of it, so you can run pendant conduit down into it. We also have available multiple different stanchion mounts that are at different degrees and can be used on a slip fitter or mounting to a wall. And as you can see in the picture, we also offer a glass dome and wire guard as an additional accessory. So here's just a picture. This is one of the larger jobs that we've done. It's a photo of a bridge down in Mississippi. It's the Loc Bay Bridge. We use this fixture. This is the HLB fixture we just talked about because it's marine rated and saltwater tested. This project came out great. Everybody was satisfied with it. All right, this is our HHR Hazardous High Bay fixture. It's similar to our low bay fixture, but it has a much higher lumen output. This has a lumen output of 22,500 all the way up to 30,000. Has the same class ratings as our Hazardous Low Bay. It has the die-cast aluminum housing and the same mounting options. This one, however, it has the option for a glass or polycarbonate lens, and it does not have the option for the glass dome and wire guard. So this picture here, this was done about 6 months ago. This is what they call their sludge area. They have exposed tanks that are down below that you can't see, but it contains all the excess like paints and chemicals that are left over. This fixture shines down in those tanks areas. Perfect for the environment. There's chemicals in the air. Much better fit than the metal halide fixtures that they had there previously. This fixture here, this is our HHB. It's our rectangle high bay fixture. This comes in 3 different sizes with a lumen output of up to close to 20,000. Now, this fixture does come in classes 1, 2, and 3. However, this has a higher rating option for class 1, which is division 1, which basically means that it's able to withstand an environment that has a higher possibility of producing an explosive or ignitable mixture. This fixture has a tempered glass lens, and it does also come with a universal mounting bracket, and it does have the 3/4 inch entry on top to run conduit down as a pendant mount. Now this picture here just shows the fixture mounted on the side of a silo at a processing plant. Pretty nice picture showing the lights on. Now this is our last hazardous fixture. It's our 4-foot linear. And like the HHB, this one also has the classification 1, division 1 option. Both options for this one, the class 1 div 1 and the class 1 division 2, they're both 80 watts. However, the class 1 division 1 comes with an output of 9,600 lumens, and our class 1 division 2 comes with an output of 10,900. Most of this is because our class 1 div 1 has a glass lens, and our class 1 division 2 has the polycarbonate lens. And again, for mounting, this comes standard with that universal mounting bracket, which can pretty much mount to anything. On each side, it has the conduit entry points as well as on top. And I do not have a picture, but we just recently worked with a company who manufactures different type of boxes. We installed them inside of a large machine where they make the boxes. These took place of just some standard strip lights that they had before. So worked out great, and it was definitely what they needed for that type of area. Is it really explosion proof? Hazardous location fixtures, they're often called explosion proof. However, the idea of a light being explosion proof sometimes can be a misconception. When most people hear this term, they think that the light is designed to survive an explosion, which really isn't the case. Instead, explosion proof simply means that the fixture itself is designed to prevent the device from being the cause of an explosion. When a fire occurs in the lighting system, it normally starts with a conduit. Oftentimes, because it's been in place for many years, issues with moisture or condensation can arrive. Shorting or arcing within the conduit system can transmit all the way down to the fixture, which can cause an explosion if the correct fixture isn't installed. Hazardous location fixtures are designed to prevent surges and sparks by keeping all the wiring sealed and contained. Now we'll talk about some of the class ratings and what they mean. So depending on the environment, the ratings are broken down into 3 separate classes. All of our hazardous fixtures that we have are class rated for 1, 2, and 3. Class 1 definition, this is used when flammable gases or vapors are present in quantities that are sufficient to produce explosive or ignitable mixtures. Class 2 is used when ignitable concentrations of dust can be present. Then you have Class 3, which is used when easily ignitable fibers are present and can produce explosions or ignitable mixtures. Now, within each class, they have their own divisions. Now, divisions are based on the level of exposure, whether they're present regularly or periodically, and whether or not they're contained or controlled. So Division 1, now this is the 2 fixtures that we have, the linear and the rectangle. We have Class 1 and Division 1. Division 1 is referred to by a class as having a high probability of producing an explosive or ignitable mixture. Division 2 is referred to as having a low probability. Class ratings also are broken down into separate groups. Each class has a group rating, which even breaks it down further as to showing the type of material that is potentially can be explosive. If you look to the left, it lists out all the groups, and then notice that Group A has the highest explosive materials, and as you go down the list, they become less explosive. From Class 1, it includes groups A, B, C, and D, and Class 2 includes groups E, F, and G. Now, obviously Class 3, it doesn't list out any specific materials. It's just the class, and then it breaks it down into divisions, which are rated off of if the exposure is contained or not. So that's kind of how our fixtures are broken down. Our 2 fixtures, we have the linear and the square, which covers Class 1, Division 1, and all the other classes. And then all of them, including our other 2 round ones, are Class 1, Division 2. That is what I have. I'm going to hand it back over to Murray, and he's going to talk about some of our hazardous lighting applications.
Thanks, Nate. Great job. We appreciate the information. So we just wanted to briefly go over what are the industries that have applications for hazardous lighting. There are many of them. This certainly isn't an inclusive list, but it covers most of the ones that we see on a regular basis. So those are petroleum and gasoline refineries, certainly gas storage and dispensing areas, paint or spray booths and finishing areas, any paint shops and facilities where they're doing any type of painting or spraying, and certainly utility gas and chemical plants. Some of the other ones are alcohol production facilities, textile dyeing and printing plants. We see a lot of wastewater treatment plants, certainly grain elevators and flour and feed mills, and any industrial plants that deal with any type of magnesium or aluminum powders. And as I said, there are many others where hazardous location fixtures are used, such as the bridge that we showed earlier, merely because of the coating and the salt spray testing that's done to the fixtures. So this was just a daylight photo of that bridge where we used the HLB, showing kind of before on shore where they started and swapping out the fixtures as they go along. And then here are some other application photos where hazardous location lighting is used anytime they're using any type of chemical or processing chemicals, industrial refineries, foundries. There are numerous applications for the product. So as part of our 10-year anniversary, we're offering a special promotion where if you buy 10 of our hazardous location fixtures, you will receive $10 off each fixture. And Nate and I are always available to work with you, to look at the applications that you have, help steer you towards what should be the right product for the application, and to help make sure that the amount of light that we're providing is sufficient for the application. Please take advantage of the promo while we have it running this year. And you can always go to our website at hornerlighting.com, which has all the product information, IES files, videos, and more that we provide on our products. I want to thank everybody again for your time today. We hope you found this to be informative, and please contact us with any questions. Thank you and have a great afternoon.